Hello everyone, welcome to our update. A quick recap from part 1. It's scientifically proven that a man is wired differently from a woman, which explains why you sometimes struggle to understand why he thinks, acts, and reacts the way he does. Hence, relating with him based on your thoughts and emotions will sabotage your relationship. However, understanding these core traits would enable you nurture him into becoming a better man. 1. He's egocentric. 2. He's a grown baby. 3. He's a visual being. 4. Some school of thought have argued that he's selfish, but I'm of the opinion that he just wants what he wants. At this point, I'm appealing that you please like, subscribe, and share, as it will help this message to reach more audience. Proven strategies on how to nurture a man. 5. Give him some space. Let's establish the fact that you can't stop a man from cheating by depriving him of his freedom, as humans are wired to feel like the grass is always greener on the other side. So you would only awaken his curiosity as to what he could possibly be missing. Don't glue to him or restrict his movement. He is a grown man and not your son. Let him breathe some fresh air. No matter how much he loves you, you're not a man and cannot fill the gap of his friends. So don't stop him from hanging out with his friends. It will rejuvenate him, especially if they are responsible. If he has a game or sport that he's passionate about, encourage him to register and go play with the guys. Sometimes it's good for his mental health, as it will help him to miss you and appreciate you more. Don't stalk his phone or his social media, as you may not be pleased with what you find. Let him feel like he can live and exist independent of you, and he will crave you more. Some of these things are not rocket science. If you give a man peace of mind and become his bestie, he will be the one clinging to you, as you don't nurture a man by always being in his face or depriving him of his freedom. 6. Validate him. Everyone loves to be validated. That's why some people do crazy things to gain validation. According to Steven Pressfield, nothing is as empowering as a real-world validation, even if it's for failure. Sounds ridiculous, right? But that's the power of validation. Men love to be validated, as it boosts their ego and makes them feel in charge. So validate him with things even as little as clothing. Babe, what do you think about my clothing? Do you love it, or would you like me to wear something else? I am considering taking up the offer with XYZ. What's your take on that? Also validate him by asking him for help. Yes, real men genuinely want to help you, especially with masculine tasks like fixing the bulb, the car, and others, as it makes him feel like he occupies a place in your life. Let him lead. Let him make decisions, as it will subconsciously massage his ego. You will find that at some point, when you ask his opinion, he'll be like, it's okay, whatever decisions you make is fine by me, especially if he trusts your judgment. So indulge him publicly before friends and family. Let the world know that you're proud of him, and the psychology of it is that he would want to prove you right before them, as you don't nurture a man by relegating him to the background. 7. Be clean. To nurture a man, you have to be clean in and out. Let's be real, even the dirtiest man wants to come home to a clean house, sleep on a clean sheet, and make out with a clean woman. If you're dealing with a very clean man and you're dirty, he will always be irritated around you, and you'll be wondering what you've done wrong. Nothing. He just wants to breathe some fresh air, because he's your partner and he can smell you. So make sure that your hair is always clean, because even if you hire an aide, they will not teach you how to keep your body clean. Dirtiness is not an issue. I know a lady that her husband just recently moved into another woman's house because he complained that she's very dirty and he's done living like that. As a woman, you should shower at least twice every day to keep your private areas clean. Ensure to use a roll-on and an affordable body spray to make you smell fresh always. brush your teeth or use a mouthwash after meal so that you don't start complaining that he has not touched you for months. Remember that cleanliness is attractive, so if you're clean, he would always gravitate towards you. 8. Feed him. There is a saying that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Yes, he can buy food with money, but some men have fallen into the hands of very horrible women by eating their food. And there is also another saying that a hungry man is an angry man. So when he is hungry, he has a high tendency of easily getting upset. So ensure that there is always food in the house. As much as feeding him well will not prevent him from eating from another woman if he decides. But there is this habit I cultivated from my parents where I get to eat well before going for a function. So regardless of what they serve, I will not have space to eat it. I will just eat very little. Ensure to cook his meals as it shows that you care. And very importantly, eat from the same plate with him as it will help to bond you both. If you are a very good cook, then it will be an added advantage because he would always look forward to eating your food. 9. Maintain attractiveness. Find out what it was that attracted him to you in the first instance and maintain it. I cannot overemphasize the fact that men are visual beings. You can argue all day. You have kids now, understandable. Just dress that body the way it presently is to be attractive for him. Find out the kind of clothes you wear that catches his eyes. Find out the kind of underwears and the colors that he finds irresistible. Find out the kind of hairstyles that he finds very attractive on you and intentionally wear them. Let's make it easier. Assume you're doing it for yourself. It's called self-love. It boosts your confidence and makes you feel better. I met a lady a few months back that told me how her husband hasn't touched her in months, and I thought, how? Under the same roof? I visited her and was opportune to meet her husband. It all made sense to me because I thought, this man here is definitely not attracted to village nannies. I told her she needed to make some changes. She argued on why she couldn't because she has kids and she can't keep up. I thought, it's okay. It depends on what you want. Finally, she called me months later to tell me how her husband cannot take his hands off her. Remember that we earlier established that men are visual beings and they want what they want. So, to nurture him, you have to keep him coming. 10. Give him sex. A lady once told me that in her culture, they are going to keep a man with sex. I personally don't agree that you can keep a man with only sex. However, I think that sex is very important in every union. So to nurture a man, you have to always give him sex. As a matter of fact, be his whore. As long as he does not engage in sex styles that endangers you, ensure to seduce and satisfy him always. Those side chicks are not your match. Show him what you got. Over 10 years ago, I was visiting a big sister and I observed that she always made herself available to her husband even when she was very upset. I asked her why. She told me that her mother told her never to deprive a man of sex. A sisterly advice: anyone advising you to shut your legs to your husband just to inculcate discipline doesn't have your best interests at heart, because we're talking of an individual that is psychologically proven to think about sex approximately 7,200 times a day. Are you kidding me? Fact is that some factors in place. Sex solves a huge percent of the problems with partners. So when you deprive him of sex, communication would not be making sense to him because he will be irritable, frustrated, and most importantly, he will think that you're intentionally trying to punish him. Moreover, it is medically proven that sex improves his sleep, his mood, and reduces his stress level. So depriving him of it is not nice. I understand it can be frustrating to open your legs for him, especially if he annoys you all day, but you got to do what you got to do, especially if you're married to a man that thinks through his pants and not his head. Then you have to program your mind to always keep your legs open. Some women argue, why should I sleep with him when he upsets me? We are not justifying his actions, but we have earlier established that he's a grown baby and he wants what he wants. Discipline aside, he is programmed to want and need sex, and since we now know the health benefits, give it to him. Some uninformed women lost their marriages because they believed that shorting their legs to their husbands was going to get them justice. Please don't be like that, especially if he's a good man, as giving him sex will help you nurture him into becoming more caring. I hope this part was helpful. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Be blessed. Bye.